read what the New York Times wrote. Okay, and I went. This film's concerns emerge as heartful even when they're not clearly expressed. On those occasions when clarity prevails, the style becomes emphatic and tough, and there are other times that tends to preach and wander. But for me, Ned is searching so much, so I wondered if that was actually what you were after, the struggle, the wandering.
Well, you know, this New York Times didn't impress me.
Yeah.
Even if
Here. I think every filmmaker has felt that.
no, because
yes.
you know,
Tell me about that.
Because one, my film is imperfect. But one thing they don't take for granted, they don't bring into their perspective. Most positioned in a very authoritarian way, they look at the world from this Anglo-Saxon white supremacist perspective. So if you don't speak like that paradigm, if you don't package the transitions of the story in the way they're used to, because in movies, one person in 3 seconds was a devil and then they become angels. Right. Those transitions don't work in the kind of society I come from. And it doesn't even...
No, give it to him.
No, seriously. Yeah. And the problem is, it's unfortunately, if they were a little bit modest to say, I really don't understand the film, I would not have a problem. But for them to go on as if they understood it and tidbitsily saying something, seemingly praising it, does not work because I know them. I went to school with them. And so it doesn't work with me.
I want you to speak a little bit more on that, but before I do that, I want to remind everybody what else was out in 1982. Blade Runner, Diner, Gandhi, Rocky III, and Poltergeist. So when you were making this film, and I've read a little bit about your response, who is your audience? Who are you thinking about?
Well, I'll tell you. In fact, for me, for example, a lot of people think, first, within the 100 years history of Hollywood, it has affected all human beings to be brainwashed by the kind of story arrangement they have established. That's why the 3-act became an official script writing method, etc., because the Anglo-Saxon dictatorship and culture housed in the mainstream cinema dictates. Filmmakers are individually pursuing this jackpot, undermines also the responsibility we have to the language of cinema, because our language, our accent has to come into cinema. You've seen briefly in Latin America and Cuba, you've seen it in some band in Africa. African cinema, its accent is local, Senegal, Burkina Faso, etc. Here, where black people synthesize the resources of so much, the color, the mask, the quilt, the weaving, basket weaving. Can you imagine thinking of bringing basket weaving into cinema? I am trying to do a film in Ethiopia, and I'm departing from a weaver. The art of a weaver is the whole idea of the structure of the film. This structure, however, even if it did jolt you here and there, the structure is about when does a person change? Is it when the father wants, the mother wants her son to know? Or is it a struggle? The generational. So the film is structured based on that.